No doubt it is a tragic murder that changed Tennessee law. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rory Johnston. Carrie continues her Iceland assignment. You know, many of us remember the sad story when Belmont University student Jillian Ludwig was shot and killed. It was nearly 2 years ago now. She was hit by a stray bullet while walking near the university, specifically at the Edge Hill Community Memorial Gardens Park. The man police arrested had a long criminal history, but had been released after being found not competent to stand trial. Last year, lawmakers passed Jillian's Law, and that was to make sure people get treatment. But after detailed reporting from News Channel 5 Investigates' Ben Hill, now, Ben, they're making changes, right?
Well, that's right. Lawmakers want more treatment beds for people with intellectual disabilities. It comes after judges told us more beds are desperately needed.
I always appreciate it when you all or any other professional media member out there is looking into the bills that we pass.
State Representative William Lamberth sponsored Jillian's Law last year. It was named for Belmont University student Jillian Ludwig, who police say was shot and killed by Shaquille Taylor while she was walking in a park. Taylor had a long criminal history, including shooting into a moving car, but he had been released after being found not competent to stand trial. He was intellectually disabled and functioned at the level of a kindergartner. Jillian's Law required that incompetent people get treatment instead of simply being released back to the streets. In this past year, has Davidson County had somebody with an intellectual disability that needed to go somewhere and there wasn't a bed? Has that happened?
Yes.
And so what happened?
Multiple times.
Multiple times?
Yes.
But early this year, Davidson County Judge Melissa Blackburn told News Channel 5 Investigates that Jillian's Law did not provide enough treatment beds.
We've run across 4 to 6 individuals that have intellectual disabilities, and there's no place for them to go.
That highlighted issues that we were already asking questions about, but it just brought that to the surface.
Lambert said after our report, he started looking at increasing treatment beds. He said the Tennessee Department of Disability and Aging just needed authorization to use current funding to double the number of beds from 6 to 12.
And we have provided tax dollars, your money, to be able to go to those beds. And so when we hear from the department that they just need authorization to use that money to expand, then it's important that they do so.
But as we reported, finding staff for new treatment beds is not easy. The department could not even staff the 6 beds it had last year. In January, 1 bed sat empty because it was not staffed.
These are folks that are dangerous. These are folks that are accused of some very heinous crimes. They do not need to be out just wandering the streets.
Lambert said that can't happen when there's a waiting list for those beds. He believes the department will find staffing, but he will be watching to make sure it happens.
Well, so long as we continue to keep an eye on it and y'all continue to keep an eye on them, I am confident that they will expand those beds.
The Department of Disability and Aging said it is still waiting for the budget to be finalized before commenting, but they did say they did find staff to operate that 6th bed, so all 6 beds that are currently funded are now fully staffed.
I want to get this straight. 6 beds for the entire state.
6 beds for the whole state.
Judges had to be frustrated?
Absolutely. Judge Blackburn clearly was frustrated. Judges can't just hold people in jail if they're not competent to stand trial. Jillian's Law requires that they get treatment. Now, if this passes, more people can get treatment, but there's still a lot of work to do. That's just 12 beds.
And I know you will continue to follow this, too.
Yes.
Great reporting, Ben. Thank you.